Welcome to the channel. You're watching the BangBets Prediction Show, brought to you by Lit757. NFL Week 8 preview and picks. Let's get into it.
Sweaty.
Starting off the day, you got my Carolina Panthers hosting the Houston Texans. Spread sitting at 3, total sitting at 43.5. And it's just been a really hard year to be a Carolina Panthers fan. As you can see, we're 0-5 and 0-5 against the spread. Meanwhile, this Houston Texans squad pretty much having a bounce back year. CJ Stroud and those guys, they're getting things done, taking care of business. So let's not overcomplicate this. Give me the Texans minus the 3. And I'm going to take the under in this one. I think, obviously, CJ Stroud's going to outplay Bryce Young in this game and lead his team to a victory. But I do see a low-scoring matchup in this one. Up next, we got a pretty good matchup here. Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Heinz Field to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both of these teams are on a pretty good run. I just don't really know. I don't really know for sure about the Steelers. Their offense concerns me. We know the Jags have a good offense. We know they got good weapons. Their defense is mediocre. We know the Steelers have a good defense, but that offense, man, Kenny Pickett, man, it's hard to back these guys. The only way I see the Steelers pulling through in this one is if they run the ball and their defense steps up. But either way, they're going to have to score points to beat this Jacksonville team. But I'm going to fade the Jags in this spot. On the road, in Heinz Field, great environment, home field advantage. That defense is going to be pumped. Give me the Steelers in a close one on the money line, 28-26. And I'll take the over in this one as well. Next, we're headed to New Jersey for the Battle of New York. That doesn't even make any sense, but it is what it is. In this one, Jets, Aaron Rodgers, we know how their season started. We're pretty sure about how it's going to end. On the other side, you got the Giants with, Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, who's going to play, who's not going to play. And I feel like every so often, we always come across teams who clearly have a backup that's better than the starter. But for whatever reason, they refuse to believe it, refuse to stick with the backup. If Daniel Jones plays in this game, the Giants lose. If Tyrod Taylor takes the field, Giants win. Tyrod he's a better quarterback than Zach Wilson, and he's done more than Daniel Jones when he's got the starts. Look at last week. Look at the Buffalo game. This dude can play, man, and people should stop counting him out. But I'm gonna lean Giants minus 3. If Tyrod Taylor is starting this game for the Giants minus 3 all the way. And I'm gonna take the under. I think both defenses will keep this pretty low scoring between the two solid defenses and the two mediocre offenses. So on to the next. All right, we got those Patriots traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Let me just start this one off by saying I'm sorry, New England. I shouldn't have said those horrible things I said about y'all last week, and y'all went out there, stunned everybody, beating Buffalo. But the takeaway from that is, if they just went out and beat the team that obliterated this Miami Dolphins squad, right? Why is this a 9.5 point spread? It just feels like a trap. It feels like a trap. This is not one of my favorite games on the board. I'm going to put Dolphins minus 9 up here, but personally, I'm not going to bet that. If I take a bet in this game, I think the Patriots money line is more interesting than anything. But I do have a lot of respect for that Dolphins offense. And, I don't know if this Patriots defense is going to be able to slow them down. But on the same note, I also know the Dolphins defense is not that good. And this Patriots team is I guess they're getting things figured out late. But like I said, not my favorite game on the board to bet. Man, what a game right here. We got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. I just totally brain farted. Forgot what city the Titans playing. If you know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, we got the Falcons taking on the Titans. This Falcons team, with the drama last week, Bijan's going out. He's sick. He's got a migraine. It's COVID. No one knows what it is. But they get by, pick up the win against Baker Mayfield and those Tampa Bay Bucks. And then on the other side, you got this Tennessee Titans team, man. Might as well be in full tank mode at this point. I mean, they're 2-4. They got a chance to make something out of their season, but they got questions at quarterback. They're shopping Derrick Henry. They're just in maybe we want the first draft pick mode, or come look and see what we got, make me a deal mode. So I can't back this Titans team. And I know somebody out there is saying, hey man, the Titans are undefeated at home, blah blah, whoop whoop. I'm not doing it. And just like the last game, not one of my favorite games on the board. And this might be a good time to mention too, you do not have to bet every game on the board. Pick the ones that you feel the best about. I know there's angles in this game, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from this one, but Titans money line might be worth the sprinkle. I'm gonna lean towards the under in this game, but more so than not, I probably just won't even touch it. Here we go. Here's a team that I can back. Here's a team that I took as a big underdog that nobody believed in, prime time, and they got it done for me. Going up against this sorry Packers team that's burned me 3 times this season. Every time I back this Packers team, they lose. I mean, you see that 2-4 record? 3 of those 4 L's is where I back the Packers. So I'm not gonna do it again. I'm trusting Kirk Cousins. I'm trusting Addison. I'm trusting Hawkinson. This is probably one of my favorite games on the slate for Sunday. My favorite pick for Sunday. One of my favorite picks for Sunday is these Vikings right here. There you go. On to the next. Another really good matchup right here. We got the LA Rams taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And let me tell you, man, I faded the Cowboys their last game out. I faded them. Who they play? They played the Chargers. I faded the Cowboys the last time out, and they proved me wrong. But now they're hosting this Rams team. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Cool. They got a lot of weapons on offense. I'm not sure if their defense is enough to win this game, but I do believe the Cowboys will win this football game, kind of like that Chargers game, something close, 2017, 24-14. Model says otherwise, but I do like the Rams plus the 6.5 here. It's a 1 o'clock game. Cowboys don't typically play at 1 o'clock, so a couple different factors there. And I'm also going to lean towards the over in this one, in Rams Cowboys. Next, we're traveling to Washington for a good old division rivalry here. But this is just one of those games. This is just one of them games, man, where you can't overcomplicate it. I understand it's the NFL, things happen, blah blah blah, whoop whoop. But look, I'm riding with the Eagles on this one. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. Just look at the Commanders, man. We saw what they did last week. Howell got sacked 80 times. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't really do much on the offensive side for the majority of that game. And I think you can make an argument that Philly's defense and Philly's front four is better than what the Giants have out there. So the Eagles should you know what I'm saying, just cruise control through this game. I don't think it'll be too much of a nail biter throughout any point. Model predicts a 10-point win. I think Eagles win by 17, 20 points in this one, especially if Hurts and Smith and AJ Brown and them boys, if they're clicking, Washington stands no chance. Another interesting matchup here. We got the Saints traveling to Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium, to take on the Colts. Like I said last week, man. Like I said the last time the Saints was up in one of my videos, they're just simply on auto fade, 100% on auto fade. Give me the Colts without any hesitation here. I mean, the Saints quarterback situation, Derek Carr struggling. Their next best option is Jameis Winston. Don't know what he'll do. Seen a lot of fans calling for him to get the start. We saw what the Colts did last week against a really, really good Browns defense. Gardner Minshew putting up some numbers. They're back at home again. They took a tough L last week. I think this week the numbers are the same or damn near close, but instead of losing, the Colts are going to pick up a win. So give me the Colts on the money line. I'm going to play the under in this one. I really don't like the total in this game. Honestly, I probably will leave it alone, but I'm 9 times out of 10 going to make a play on the Colts money line this weekend. And we got ourselves another chippy matchup here. We got the Cleveland Browns traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Let's start with the Browns, man. Browns defense, we know about the Browns defense. But that quarterback situation for Cleveland is shaky, man. I mean, even if Deshaun Watson plays, he hasn't been, anything special. PJ Walker plays, we know what we're going to get. We know exactly what we're going to get from PJ. Then on the flip side, we got a Seahawks team, decent defense, Geno Smith at the helm, Tyler Lockett, Metcalf. Not sure if Metcalf's going to be playing in this one, but they got some weapons on the outside. Can't forget about Amari Cooper for the Browns, but I think the Seahawks are just going to be too much for Cleveland, and they're at home. Give me the Seahawks, man. As you can see, the model likes the over. Model likes the Seahawks minus the 3.5. So I'm going to roll with it. All right, we got the Chiefs traveling to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Broncos. I know I messed up the graphic. My apologies. But I know y'all probably tired of me saying this, but this is another one of those games where you just got to simplify it and not overthink it. I understand after last week's debacle and all the underdogs winning like they did, or the majority of them winning, it's kind of making people ease up off of these games that feel so easy. I don't think the Broncos have any chance of winning this game. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I really don't. I do think it's possible that, they mess around and cover the spread. But I watched that game last week when KC played the Chargers, man. I know they're not at home in this one, but damn, the Chiefs looked good last week, man. They looked good. They took care of business. And if they're playing like that, they might be headed to a Super Bowl. But give me the Chiefs minus 7.5. Total sitting at 46.5. Give me the over in that one. Model likes it. I like it. You like it. On to the next one. Great matchup here. We got the Bengals traveling to San Fran to take on the 49ers. Bengals had a shaky start to the season. San Fran had a great start to the season. Now they're kind of on the slide. They're missing some people. McCaffrey's dealing with injuries. Debo's dealing with injury. He missed the last game. Same thing for the Bengals. Joe Burrow, he's been struggling with injury all season. They're coming off a bye. They got some rest, playing a San Fran team on a short week. I don't really like this spot for San Fran. And on top of that, they're missing people, and dropping a game will drop them to 5-3, and they would still have a pretty decent record. So I faded them. I faded them on Monday, and I'm fading them on Sunday too. Give me the Bengals on the money line with the slight lean towards the under in this one. Model likes the Bengals. So I'm feeling pretty good about this pick. I think the Bengals go out there and get it done against a not full staffed San Francisco team. Next, we're headed out west for a battle of the birds. And let me tell you, man, these Ravens, man, they must be the real deal. I faded the Ravens last week, thinking the Lions were going to do something. Then they go out there and get blown the fuck out. Just straight up blown out. So I have no choice here. But to back the Ravens. I'm laying the 8.5. I feel pretty good about this pick. And I'm going to lean towards the over 44.5 just because the game's on the road. But like I said, I think the Ravens will cover this spread easily. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh boy, here we go. Not the Chargers again. A team that has burned me 2 weeks in a row. Here they are at home against a bad Chicago Bears team with questions at quarterback. We don't even know if Justin Fields is going to play. And the spread is sitting at 9 points. I mean, what do you do here? Again, not one of my favorite games on the board. I personally just can't get behind the Chargers 3 weeks in a row to lose again. But on that same note, it's really hard to back the Bears. Really hard. So slight lean, Chargers -9 in the over in this one. You know, I think the over is going to hit easy. But as far as picking a winner, I wouldn't be mad at anybody taking the Bears plus the points. Makes sense. I mean, the Bears do play tough, and the Chargers will sell. So let me know what you're picking in this game. The team I just got done talking about, how they got pummeled, made me look crazy and lost my bet. But Monday night, man, we got the Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions in Detroit at Ford Field, where the Lions play best. I mean, 8.5 is steep. 8.5 is steep. The Raiders are a gritty defensive unit. I don't know who's starting at quarterback for them. Will it be Jimmy G? Will it be the backup? Not sure on that yet, but we do know that Jared Goff is playing. All the Lions are playing. I mean, prime time, redemption time. After getting embarrassed last week, they got a primetime slot to show everybody that they are for real. They're not a joke. Give me the Lions, man. Laying 8.5. I'm going to lean towards the over. I know a lot of primetime games have been going under lately, but I think this one's a little bit different. Lions come out looking to make a statement on that scoreboard, and they do exactly that. So give me the Lions, laying 8.5 on Monday Night Football. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Don't forget to subscribe. BangBets, Lit757, we out.